Here we are once more at the Castellet circuit for another round of this year's Formula One World Championship. Renault took their first French Grand Prix win all the way back in the inaugural race in 1906, but it was another 73 years before they could take their second. So they'll be pushing hard to delight the local fans here today. We have 15 corners here at the circuit Paul Ricard, 6 to the left and 9 to the right. The rain is coming down and making for a slippery racing surface, but luckily there is plenty of runoff available, and hopefully we'll be able to avoid bringing out a safety car during today's Grand Prix. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Why don't we kick off by discussing Max Verstappen? They come into this race with a healthy championship lead. I don't want to say the title race is over, but surely it's going to take something special or catastrophic to change the outcome at this point.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, Crofty. Yes, it looks like a big lead, but all it takes is a locked brake into turn one, a sticky wheel nut in the pit stop, and that could all get turned on its head. You can never discount one more sting in the tail.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Norris, Pierre Gasly and Ricciardo, Leclerc, Sainz, Kvyat and Lance Stroll, Bottas, Ocon, Alexander Albon and Matsushita, Alesi, Magnussen, Romain Grosjean and George Russell, De Vries, Giovinazzi, Latifi and Gardner. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Hello and welcome to another JDM Racing Formula 1 My Team video. We are 22nd on the grid. It's France, what did you expect? We tried in qualifying, tried in practice, tried in qualifying, couldn't find any decent baseline for the car whatsoever. I was actually lucky to be as close to the Williamses as we ended up. Perez doing his normal great skills at the top end, he managed to get third for us. So if he's in the mix for a podium at the end of this race, that would be great. We're going to try and push through the field and try and get a top 10, try and get some points. It's wet as well, which is going to be an absolute nightmare, but it's going to be fun either way. I always hate this track. I don't like it. I think everybody knows that from previous videos that I made. But we're going to see what we can do. We got no enforced pit stops. We're just going to see how the weather pans out. It's going to go dry towards the end of the race, as you can see there in the top segments, those cloud looking icons at the top of the screen. So we'll see. Maybe 2/3, 80%, 85% of the way through the race, the weather's going to change. We'll see if maybe we can chuck some dry tyres on and see what happens. But we're going to go for it. Let's get into it. Lots of wheel spin. We do bite. We get some traction. Cannot see a thing. The Williams is coming back on us on the inside. We're going to just slip around the outside here. Coast a bit. Hit the ARS again. Oh, the Haas just clipping us on the inside there. Now we've got the racing point. We're just trying to just get as many positions as we can while everybody's being tentative on this opening lap. Got a bit of aquaplane in there. We drift all 4 tyres off the floor. And now that Ferrari and Matsushita is coming back at us. We're going to boost down this straight. Keep him at bay. Hit the brakes slightly earlier than we normally would. And coming up on the racing point, the world champion Bottas in front. We're going to boost again. Bit of a gap now. Again, oh, clip the sign there. We were aquaplaning again. I've just gone wide. There is literally no surface grip whatsoever out here at the moment. It is extremely difficult, as I almost lose it again. Have to be so tricky, or actually be so careful with it being so tricky to slam the power on. Got to kind of feed it. And not be too aggressive with it. Else you get a little reminder like I just did. To just respect the weather. So treacherous out here. No DRS, obviously, with it being wet. Always find it easier following other cars to get an idea of what the pace is, what kind of speed you want to be taking through certain corners. As we almost lose the back end again there, I was trying to keep it in flat. We run a little bit wide on that corner, up on the curbs, that's dangerous. We've got the Ferrari on the outside. We're just going to try and push him to the outside. He's going to switch back on us, probably. Oh, he's lost it. I think he's just clipped the back of our car as we were switching positions there. Boost away. So yeah, I think the Ferrari got in trouble there. We'll probably see that on the highlight package at the end. This has been fun so far. Things starting to settle down a bit now.
An incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
That's Bottas, I think. Yeah, he's out.
Caution, caution. The virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
So we're getting a bit of a trolley train going on here. I ain't gonna lie, this car, it just feels awful. Absolutely awful around here. Like, I'm gonna have to work on the setup or something, because it's gross.
Let's use overtake and burn some of this energy.
We are getting a drying track, but it's not ready for slicks yet.
Gap to car in front is 9.8 seconds.
Let's turn that down now, actually. We know what happens in France when we leave our fuel up too much. So we've had a rough couple of laps there. Now we seem to have got it back under control again. The only thing I can think to do here maybe is see if it dries out enough to slap a set of softs on and then just try and go for a fastest lap or something. Just see if we can get a point. But I really don't think our car's that good anyway to even try that on a softs.
to the car in front is 13.3 seconds.
So I'm not even looking at the road. Oh no, the hearts hit us. Let's go for it. We might like absolutely crash and burn, but we've got to try something.
Release, release. Look after these tires.
Here we
now.
go. This
We
could
wanna
be.
finish the race on this compound.
I mean, actually, it's not going to matter anyway because it's the last lap and it's not going to count. But we'll do it for a laugh.
Final lap of the race.
Trailing around in 13th place is not going to do anyone any favours. So Hamilton wins. It's interesting.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
We get him at the end. Yes, DRS. So we got one place back.
We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
19th. Giovinazzi got driver of the day. Interesting.
We've witnessed some great battles around Paul Ricard today, and they've taken a fantastic win. Anthony Davidson.
Well, that's important for Lewis's championship because Max was absolutely smashing him race after race.
Together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example
Gasly
of how
got a point for
F1 really
10th.
is a team sport.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
So Lewis wins. Sergio gets a podium for us. That's amazing. And Max there taking second place. So Lewis gets some points back on the championship fight, but still a long way in front.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Not the result our points leader wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. Now, let's discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. The multiple world champion may be the boring choice at this point, but you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Sergio comes home 7 seconds behind the two Mercedes. Red Bulls come in 4th and 5th. In terms of the drivers, we stay in 5th. Sergio gets a clutch of points and up to 8th. We stay 3rd in the constructors. What else we got a bit further down? And then, yeah, so Valtteri gets the DNF. So Racing Point had a really bad weekend. I think if we'd have gone for another lap, we might have been able to get, I think we got 2 purple sectors, so I probably left it a lap too late. Should have pitted on lap 12 maybe. But that last lap was fun, trying to repass George Russell. But yeah, I mean, we would have just like, we would have been sat like maybe in front of Grosjean here. Just thought we'd give it a go for a bit of fun. But yeah, as it turned out, the dry was pretty good. It's very difficult to judge with interchangeable weather conditions. But this weekend's pretty much been a write-off anyway, so... We did make a lot of places up from the start though, that was good, at least. Snaking through. Give Matsushita a little tap. And he did try and come back at us a bit later on, but then I think he hit our rear tyre and went spinning. I think the Haas did that as well. We were just all over the place. This was Magnussen coming alongside into turn 1. There's plenty of good scraps going on out there. So got that corner wrong and then had to defend. Big old chain behind us. I think this was when we were trying to select what. Oh yeah, that we were trying to select which tyre we were going to run on the final stint for that one lap, and the Haas just like probably wondered why the hell we were going so slow and then just spun into us. So a great weekend in terms of Sergio and just getting the podium with him, but our own performance was pretty diabolical. But next race is not France, so we should do infinitely better. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. We are now in real life Formula 1 season, so my drive to make more Formula 1 videos has gone up about 200%. So yeah, we're gonna kick on, get JDM back on the road, and see if we can get and consolidate this 3rd place in the Constructors' Championship. So join me next time where we will take another step towards trying to achieve that goal. We'll see what we can do towards the end of the season. Right, thanks for watching the video, and as always, I will see you next time. Thanks guys, bye!